I went to Germany because a guy I had a crush on was going to Germany, and I got drunk and bought a flight to Germany in 5 days, and I didn't have a passport. So I like drunkenly bought a flight because he kept texting me, "I miss you so much when I'm in Germany. Like, come to Germany." And I was like, "Yes," and I bought a ticket.
Yes.
And I woke up the next day and I was like, "I have a trip in 5 days to Germany. I've never left the country without a passport." But then I also checked my email. I had also drunkenly made myself an appointment at the passport agency to expedite the passport.
Yeah. So you were on game.
Right. Joe Trump changes it on it, bro.
Yeah. So you went. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I went. Yeah. And then the second I got there, he goes.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Loud and Proud podcast. I'm OJ.
I'm KB, and today we're getting loud with
James Lucky.
Yay! Let's go. So, James, thank you so much for coming out. We haven't seen you. I mean, I haven't seen you since the very first time we met. I think
so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was like a year ago.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah. So
I feel like I've seen you sooner.
Have you?
Just on my timeline.
Yeah. Like on Instagram. Yeah. So how have you been? Have you been doing good?
I've been doing great actually since then. That's kind of when I first started, and it's now been over the 1 year timestamp of doing all this, and I would say that things have been great.
Nice. So you live here, Florida, because we're Miami guys.
Yes, I live not too far from here.
Nice. So the drive was easy. Everything was chill.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the mall, I went to the beach, then I came over here.
Yeah.
Just made a day of it.
How is it like living in Miami? Like, what would you say? Like, would you recommend it?
So I would say like I've lived here for 3 years now, and after the first year, like the whole first year, I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
I don't know if I can curse on here.
No,
you're okay. I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here!" But it really took like a year, maybe a year and a half, to finally be like, "I will never leave Florida." Mm-hmm. But to me, it's the perfect environment. It's hot all the time. It's I don't know. It's just consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for somebody who has like as many like mental issues that like all over the place, I need something in my life to be consistent, and the weather is so.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking about moving to Florida. I just like, I don't know. It's so far away, like from my family and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely far away from my family too, which to me is a plus. Like I don't mind that. Also, my family comes down for the weekends. You know, it's a little vacation for them any time of the year. Mm-hmm. But I will say, like, if you are thinking about moving to Florida, it can be kind of isolating. There's not a lot of people around here, especially if you're like looking for like a little gay clique. Especially with creators, it's like there's not really much going on.
Yeah. Really. Okay, I was about to say, because in Texas, I'm actually starting to build like a little friendship around like a bunch of gay guys. So
yeah, I know a couple guys in Texas. It's good.
Yeah, I definitely think Florida's definitely like, other than like Orlando, Miami. I mean, there's not really like many creators out here. I mean, so it's Tampa too, but I feel like there's not many, like, especially gay creators.
For sure. And it's funny, Miami's like actually supposed to be like OF capital of like the country. Yeah. But like that just goes to show like the difference between how women really carry the industry.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because all the bop house girls live out here and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Jack Doherty lives out here.
Yeah,
Jack just bought a new place. A lot of the like straight alliance. Straight alliance.
Yeah.
Florida is a home of the straight alliance.
I guess.
Yeah, but no, I really like it out here. I love traveling here. I love going to the beach. Beach is like my favorite thing. In Texas, the beaches are dirty.
Totally.
So here
is amazing. I'm from New Jersey, like the beaches.
You are? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I love Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore is it's just like, I don't think there's anything in the world like the Jersey Shore. Like, you go out there's like store, hot dog place, pizza place, roller coaster, like cotton candy, like it's so fun.
I've never been. I'm talking about the show, but I want.
Oh yeah. No, let's talk about the show. I love that show.
That's my favorite show.
Growing up, it like became your personality, like watching that show.
Did it?
Was coming out, like it had to be like who you were.
Yeah. How old are you?
20 something. I'm still in my 20s for now.
Yeah, guys, you're not gonna.
I actually know. I just recently finally went public with how old I was.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
I used to like lie to everybody and like not say. Like people would ask, well, I'd say something like 16 or 42. But I just turned 29.
Oh, well, you definitely don't look
not
at it.
Not 29.
Sorry, I'm putting massive.
No, it's fine. Recently, I went and like the response was like crazy. People were like, "No way, you're 30."
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't say that. There's no difference between 29.
I said 29. Yeah. But
yeah, you definitely don't look it.
Yeah, I guess I finally got to a point where like in the last year, I've like built up enough security that like I'm not like worried about whole land, you know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's definitely a very bad like thing within the industry a little bit.
for
Like,
sure.
kind of like the people going after the younger people and stuff. I get it. Everybody likes a younger person or whatever, but I don't think it's like you get shamed if you're.
Yeah, it's great. You should see the reaction from like the daddies who flirt with me and they find out I'm 29. It's just like, never mind.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say, I mean, I'm not surprised, but that's horrible.
Yeah, no, just kidding. That would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, no, that would be disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing content creation for a year then, right?
A year and 4 months. And I just calculated that in my head earlier today.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot longer, actually.
It does feel like it does feel like a long time whenever.
Especially when it becomes something that you can do full time.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you very first started, and I know you like popped off as soon as like on TikTok and on Instagram. Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Did you like go full time?
Yeah, I think like after 2 weeks I quit my job.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like that's such a huge accomplishment.
What were you doing beforehand?
I spent basically like my entire life from like 16 to how old I was when I started this in like restaurants.
Okay.
I did like everything from bar backing up to like restaurant management for these really good companies. But I had actually like just quit recently probably the best job I had in the entire industry.
Mm-hmm.
I had like this storm hit Florida and my house completely flooded. I had 4 feet of water inside my house.
Wow.
And it was just too stressful with this full-time job. So I left and I started doing real estate in Florida, which is like a really good industry in Florida. But at the time I started, it was a really bad industry in Florida. So that like completely burned me out, completely wasted every dollar I had saved up trying to like make that work. And that's why I kind of just like fell into doing OnlyFans.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, everybody has their own journey and stuff. So it's definitely like interesting. That's how you got into it and stuff.
It kind of just like all worked out like perfectly, honestly. It was like a stressful way out of the industry that I wanted to get out of, and then just kind of like a blessing into this thing. You know,
how do you really like? Do you think you'll do OnlyFans for like forever, or like?
I guess like as long as the demand is there, it can always be like upheld. You know,
Okay.
I don't think I want to like spend too much longer like making it all I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think there's definitely like, everybody wants to get into other avenues and stuff like
and it might sound like corny, but like the older I get, I do feel like I only have so much tolerance to like get behind camera, like especially on TikTok and like look stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's cute and it's fun in your 20s, but like if I'm gonna be 30 soon, like what business do I have like doing trends on TikTok? You know what I mean?
Trying to keep up with the next trend. Yeah.
Exactly. It's exhausting. No, I need to go to bed.
It's nap time though.
That's awesome. Yeah.
What did you guys do before this?
So I mean, we were talking a little bit earlier. I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I mean, just
I need to leave. Okay, you guys are too young. I gotta get out of here.
But I was in high school, so I mean, just like jobs and I scooped ice cream and I think when I first started doing spicy content or whatever, I was doing HVAC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I was working with a friend's dad and I did HVAC with him or whatever.
Was that like going to be your trajectory?
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah.
I wanted to like have my own company for it. And then the way it just kind of fell into my lap, I had a few friends who were doing it or whatever, and I was like, sure, I'll try it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then I woke up one day and I had 3,000, subs. And I was
There you
like,
go.
okay,
That's
all
awesome.
right.
That's sick.
Yeah, I guess we'll just roll with it.
Yeah,
So
it is awesome.
It's kind of crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's kind of crazy how like I've watched like, and like people like me and you, like it works really quickly right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are other people who like like it doesn't seem like they're doing really anything that different, but it's just like a much slower burn.
I think it's hard. It's definitely what niche you fall into.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And like how viral you can kind of get.
I also think a level of it is how comfortable you are doing it.
Yes.
And I think it portrays, like you can tell, like from the other end, like how the level of comfort the person making the content is.
Very true.
Yeah,
very
no,
true.
that is true. Yeah, for me personally, I mean, I always started it a little bit and then I moved out, but I also was working like 2 jobs. So I was working at a donut shop on the weekends and then working at a bank on the weekdays and living by myself and literally still couldn't even afford rent. And then it was like a slow burn for like 3 or 4 months. And then like right around that 4 months hit, it just took off.
Nice.
Like I got a huge viral. Actually, no, it was before that.
Really?
It was way before.
Before
Yeah. And then that even took off even more.
Yeah.
I mean, I already quit like all my jobs finally. And, you know, I'm not trying to be like everyone else, like, oh yeah, I was so dirt poor before, but I was.
Oh, that's so real. That's so real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what working in the service industry was like for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in Philadelphia just from like 18 and just like working like, I luckily got like these pretty sick jobs where I was like bar backing like 5 bars at one time and then get a payment on wage. So I was like making bang. I had like a 2-bedroom apartment to myself at 18 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was cool.
So much room, you don't even know what to do with it.
Literally, I was like, I guess I got a roommate. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hey, want to live with me for free? Like,
That's all I am. Like, I just actually moved out. I just had a townhouse. It's like 3-story townhouse, 3,500 square
You have that
feet.
now?
I just moved out of it.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy it though. I was renting it, but like, I don't know why I needed that much room. It was just because I could.
That's
You
kind of
just
how I
never-
feel in my house now because I just bought a house and it's 4 bedrooms. I was like, okay, I have my bedroom, I have an office, and I have 2 extra bedrooms. And I was like 2 living rooms. I was like, what the hell do I do with all this space?
Do you want to have kids?
I used to really want to have kids.
Really?
I used to really, really want to have kids. And then that perspective really changed. I'm not like the type of person that's like, screw kids. Like I think people are like kind of messed up. Like, what do you mean? But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
fair.
think it's definitely hard because you have to think about like, not like, you know, what you're doing, you know, now.
Totally.
Kind of thing. You
Yeah,
know? Like
absolutely.
I definitely think about that. Like, cause you know, I'm young and I do want to have kids and stuff, whether I adopt with a man or if I have like kids with a girl or whatever. But, it's definitely like weird to think about because I'm like, you know, what am I going to put them through if I do have kids and like, you know, hey, you know, daddy's got to go make content. You know?
Yeah. Well, I guess that kind of circles back to the question of like, how long do you want to be doing this, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, time kind of moves a lot slower than I think people will scare you into thinking.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time to like make those decisions.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like my whole life, like it's didn't change until I was 27, you know? And that's when like I finally got to stop like working 60 hours a week in a restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
And then
How was that, by the way? Was it like really taxing on you or like?
I would say for a while it was like the best thing ever. It was like the best thing possible. It was so fun. I had a lot of freedom. And then as you get older, like it does become different. And I started managing, which kind of fell in line as I get older, kind of get more responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the most taxing, like stressful experience of my entire life. I was working 60 hours a week minimum for this company where like my boss was a complete prick and just, it was horrible.
And then people come to you mad. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. So I've always had this thing where I'm really good at like kind of balancing like authority and friendliness.
Yes.
I worked in the daycare for a while too with like 2-year-olds. I was a teacher at 10-year. Yeah, they were all Chinese and they only spoke Chinese.
Oh.
Yeah. But like they
know any Chinese?
enough to talk to kids. 2-year-olds. Yeah. Fang Wei Qi.
What does that mean?
I need to put that back.
Yeah, I'm probably upset.
Booyah, like stop it. Stop.
That's so cute. Okay, anyways.
Yes.
So that was really fun, like at that job, but it's only so sustainable for so long, and not to like toot my own horn, but when you are really good at something, you're just only expected to do better at it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, I don't know. Yeah, I wish to leave that job like in tears sometimes. Just how stressed out I was.
Yeah.
I remember when I finally quit, like I was like crying to my manager about how stressed I was. Now I just like sit at home and cry because like I'm so bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think people realize like how boring it could be being a content creator. Like sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably like the shit when you're like living in LA,
Oh,
like
yeah.
New York. You know what I mean? And like, there's always stuff to do, and like your friends are all around, and you can always do stuff.
And everybody's unemployed around.
And
you.
everyone's unemployed.
Yeah, you kind of thing. Yeah.
But when you're in Florida and it's like you live in the suburbs, it's like a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
So this is my first time meeting you. Although I've seen you a lot on social media, I don't know your full sexuality. Are you gay, bi, or like where are you in that?
I am a gay. I'm past the days of like questioning it.
Yeah.
Did you question it for a long time?
Yeah, I have a girl's name tattooed on my chest.
Oh, wait, so did you used to have a girlfriend?
I wish. No, she did not want to be my girlfriend.
Oh.
Audio.
Yeah, she did not like the tattoo. She did not like it.
Yeah, wait, I want to see the story behind that.
Yeah.
Really quick. Let's unpack that. How did that happen?
So I got a job at American Apparel, which used to be this like very hipstery, like 2014 like clothing store.
Yes.
And it was the spot. It was like the coolest store. And I got a job there and I was like, holy shit, I'll make this shit right now. You know? And this girl Nadia worked there. And she was just beautiful. She was like Moroccan and French and like beautiful big eyes, huge rack, big old butt. So hot. Yeah. And I was like immediately infatuated with her. I remember I had gotten hired, but I hadn't worked a day yet. And I was out like drinking Bloody Marys with my sister. And they called me and go, hey, we're really short staffed. Can you come help? I was like, well, first of all, I've never worked a day for you guys yet. You just hired me yesterday. Second of all, I'm drunk right now. They're like, it's fine. We just need you to come in. Wow. And so I ran into work and I was just like plastered. And I remember I got drunk and I was like, nah, Billy, we should go on a date together. And she was like, okay. I was like, sick. So we went on a couple of dates. It was like kind of awkward. And she like would play this cat and mouse game with me where it was like the more I liked her, the more she pulled front away. You know what I mean?
The more you pulled away, the more she would.
I did pull it all. I loved this girl. And it was just, yeah, she was playing a lot of mind games. Anyway, it had been like a year of this kind of friendship of like, will they, won't they? And I guess I just got like drunk one night and I was like, fuck it, this is going to be sick. And I went to the tattoo shop and I got her name tattooed on my chest. And
my name on you, so I know it's real. What did she think about it?
Okay, so
that's gonna be good.
So when we first met up with her, I was with my friend, who's now my sister-in-law, and another friend of ours, and Nadia came to hang out with us. And I like kind of hinted that I got my name tattooed on her, or her name tattooed on me. And she like kept trying to figure out where it was, and I was like, "It's right here." And she was like, "No, you're lying. You're joking." And like she couldn't believe it, and so I showed it to her, and like her like funny haha joking went immediately to like cold face. Like she did not like it at all. Yeah. So like I was like shit. Like at the same time I was like I don't care though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then we all went out to like a bar where like a bunch of people were getting together. It was like some event. Her friends were there, and she like immediately ran off to her friends. Like, and then I said hi to her friends and I knew them, and they loved the tattoo. They were like, "That is so sick. That is so cool." Really? And then she 180, just like loved it. She was like all over me. She was like, "I love the tattoo. It's so cool." I hope she doesn't see this, but
she will.
Probably not.
No,
I don't know. But yeah, it was, and honestly, that was kind of like the red flag to me. That was like me and this girl on different levels right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if
she should have been like, "All right, let's go get
changed. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right? Like, put your name on my tit. There's something
on that big ass rag."
She could fit first, middle, and last name on that.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously old enough to like get a tattoo when you liked girls. So like, when did you come out or no?
So I started getting tattoos like was the second I could, but I didn't really come out. I was more outed. I never really came out to anybody either.
Yeah.
I mean, to a degree, it was kind of obvious, like people would know, you know. But my cousin, he was gay, and he kind of like weaseled it out of me a little bit. You know, he was only a couple years older than me. And then one night I was sitting at home with my parents, with my stepmom and my dad, and I look over at my stepmom, she's looking at me, and he had texted her without telling me, and told her. And she texted me and was like, okay. And my dad at the time very homophobic. And so I was just like so anxious. And then like a week later, I was getting back to my dad's house after school, and I was on the bus, and my stepmom texted me. She's like, "We're gonna tell your dad today." I was like, "Let's not. Like, I'd rather not. Let's hold off on it.
Yeah.
Please, I don't want to do it." She's like, "No, we're gonna do it. Like, might as well get it out of the way, you know?"
Right.
So I go home and I'm just white in the face. I'm sweating. I'm shaking. I was scared. I used to be a really anxious kid. And my dad like gets all the my brothers like downstairs, says like go play video games, and like sits down, just me and his wife. And I remember he just like was really like had this look on his face of like defeat or confusion, really. You know what I mean? But then he like looks over and he goes like, "You know, after you and your cousin, I guess you're just born this way, like Lady Gaga says." Yeah. Lady Gaga says. Yeah. And I cried, and it was sweet. Yeah, it was really sweet.
That's awesome though. That's kind of awesome that he like kind of
and I loved Lady Gaga at the time. So
did you?
It was pretty obvious. Like if you didn't know, like come on. But yeah, it was really sweet.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So are you more like you're very open after that situation? Like you tell people?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like it's this kind of thing that like you don't really. It's like why is it pretty much a conversation?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but it's not something to shy away from. For the first like 6 months of doing content creation, people like refused to believe that I was gay.
Yeah,
it was like there were like LPSG forums about it. Like everybody thought I was faking it.
Same.
So it honestly becomes this thing that I don't really have to talk about that often because it's not super assumed anymore. But you know, when I do have straight guy friends who ask out, I like to ham it up a little bit and like joke a lot about it, and like I'll drop the F slur in front of them. They go nuts. The crowd goes crazy. Like I love it. You know what I mean? So it's just something I kind of have fun with. But yeah, I'm not. Like I wouldn't like lie to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe from like an Uber in a foreign country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just in case.
Yeah, if you're in China, no.
Yeah, even in Spain, I was just in Spain, and like my friend, he would be like talking in Spanish. They were just like, "No, we're not looking for girls, we're looking for boys." I'm like, "Shut up, bro! Like, shut up!" Yeah. You just never know who you're dealing with, you know.
Yeah.
Especially, I think other countries aren't like right now aren't as accepting as especially like those countries that are like very culturally like diverse and rich. And like, they're
absolutely. You know, it's funny because you would think that Spain being like say Barcelona, Madrid, but I was in a really small town in Spain when I was visiting, and so it is definitely less of an accepting vibe over there.
Yeah. Have you met any like content creators on that side of the world or no?
I mean, I chatted with a bunch, but I don't think I met anybody in person.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Again, I was trying to take Spain like for myself. I really wanted to make that like a trip. Mm-hmm. It's something I've wanted to do for literally my entire life because my family's from Spain, so I've always wanted to like run with the bulls, and so I really just kind of clocked out for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long were you in Spain?
8 days.
8 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah, my family's from Germany. I'm really like that's my dream trip.
Have you been?
Go to Germany. No, I haven't been.
You should go. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I haven't been out of the country yet.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun. I went to Germany because a guy I had a crush on was going to Germany, and I got drunk and bought a flight to Germany in 5 days, and I didn't have a passport, so I like drunkenly bought a flight because he kept texting me, "I miss you so much when I'm in Germany. Like, come to Germany." I was like, "Yes," and I bought a ticket.
Yes.
And I woke up the next day and I was like, "I have a trip in 5 days to Germany. I'd never left the country. I don't have a passport." But then I also checked my email. I had also drunkenly made myself an appointment at the passport agency to expedite the passport. Yeah.
So you were on day.
Right. Trump changes it on it, bro.
Yeah. So you went. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I went. Yeah. And then the second I got there, he ghosted me.
No.
Literally. The second I got there, the second I landed, he ghosted me.
So what did you do when you were in Germany?
Hey, literally at the same time, my best friend at the time, who's now my sister-in-law, she married my brother, best friend from high school, was also in Germany. So I crashed at her place the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, so it ended up working out, but
no, that's horrible. It's like, have you traveled a lot? Yeah.
This last year I've traveled all over the United States. I've been to places that I never thought I'd go to in the United States. And I've only left the country 3 times.
Okay, so Germany, Spain,
and Spain again.
Oh, Spain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never went to Mexico?
No, I've never been to Mexico.
Mexico's fun.
I want to go to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
A lot of my family's Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico.
So you're obviously from Spain, so you're Spanish or?
My family, yeah, I'm half Spanish.
Yeah, half Spanish.
So a lot of my family came from Spain, and then in Spain went to Puerto Rico and just absolutely destroyed that country, like killed everybody. My family settled down there for a couple hundred years, and they came to New York.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Do you speak Spanish?
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Do you understand it, like when they talk?
Dude, they were talking so much crap on me in Spain. I know it. I just know it. And I don't understand it. There's videos of me drunk and they try to talk to locals, and it's so embarrassing.
That's how I was when I was in Brazil. Everyone was speaking Portuguese.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything. I don't even know how to say hi.
I had to like accept just being like the one the one friend there just kind of waving and smiling at everything everyone says.
It gets boring though. No?
It does get boring, yeah.
Because those just talk for hours and you're just sitting there and you're literally like you're bored.
Yeah.
You're bored.
Yeah, I brought a friend of mine, he came with me, and I honestly thought by the end of the trip we were gonna hate each other, but we got along so well the whole time. And he speaks really good Spanish, so he was kind of like saving grace for that.
Oh, that's good.
Thank God, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm scared about, like going to another country and stuff.
Well, luckily in Germany, especially if you go to Berlin, like everybody speaks English in Berlin. Madrid, not so much. Pamplona, where I was in Spain, not a lot at all. Barcelona, there's a lot of English. But Spain, for the most part, I mean, they've kept their like culture so intact that it's you don't hear a lot of English.
Yeah, how crazy is it over there? Like, because I feel like the United States is so diverse. Is it very diverse over there? Or no?
I've always said like when I was in Berlin, like you don't see many like Germans. You know, it's so diverse. It's almost like being in New York City.
Wow.
You know, there's just such a culture. Also, I mean, like it's easier to travel to like Europe when you're coming from like certain countries. Exotic students, college students. So a lot of young people there too. I believe they also have like a basic universal income, so everybody gets like a check every month. Mm-hmm. So these kids are just putting their best. Like they just like pay their rent and buy drugs and like party. You know. As far as Spain, it was insane. I saw so many people who looked like they could have been my cousin.
Really?
Like everybody, we're in that small town of Pamplona is Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool though.
I think I saw like a handful of like non-Spanish people, like noticeably non-Spanish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's super interesting. Yeah, because I mean, like you come to the United States, like it's pick your poison kind
Absolutely.
of. There's people from every corner of the world here, so
it's like definitely more of a melting pot here. And I would say like Barcelona is a lot like that. Maybe not as much.
Yeah.
But that is also a country that did not get involved in either of the world wars, so they never really had like a huge like exodus or like leaving of their people.
Exactly.
You know, that's also why Americans like nobody ever guesses that was Spanish. Nobody like it never the person. Yeah, people will say Italian or like something else. Yeah, because we know what Italians look like. You know, because the Italians came here.
Yeah.
Spaniards never really like mass exodus of their country like that. So like people like don't really know what that looks like.
Really interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So we're getting to know you and everything. So, and also you've been doing content for about a year or so. So I'm sure you've had a crazy request like on OnlyFans. So what's your craziest request been?
So like obviously I have like a lot of crazy things. Like it leans into the craziest, but like the craziest request I had was I was on a trip in New York City, and I always make it public where I'm at, so people know where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Well, I like to know what city, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. And this guy, I remember it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking around New York City, and I get this DM request, and it stopped me in my tracks. He was a New Yorker. He was like a local New Yorker. And he was like, how much would it cost for you to come to my apartment right now, shit in my mouth, and then leave?
Oh.
Just for the love of the game. Nothing, no sex, just shit in my mouth for the love of the game. Human toilet type shit.
Oh my God.
So how much did she say?
So anyway, that afternoon I was $2,000 richer. No,
so you did not do it, obviously.
Of course I didn't do it. I dropped no. Would you do it? Would you?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, I can do that. There's a certain line I withdraw.
Yeah. I would do it for enough money.
Okay, fair.
Would you?
I guess like it would have to be like. I mean, how do you say no to like 10 grand?
I would have said yes to 10.
Yeah,
10 grand probably.
Yeah.
I just like I'd be chuckling the whole time. You know what I mean?
I know. Have you ever had any like other weird people?
I actually just went through a situation that really like caught me off guard, and I've had like stalker type situations in the past.
Yeah.
People like saying they're gonna come out of my town or they're gonna get the event that I'm gonna be at and they're gonna see me and they get really mad because I don't respond. One guy, this was in October. He was coming down to Wilton Manors, which is near where I live, for the Halloween thing. It's a big thing, so obviously I'm gonna be there. Like all the gays in the area are gonna go.
Yeah.
And he was messaging me, and I, for some reason, was looking at my head regressive. I clicked on this one, and I'm not even kidding. I screen recorded. It took 5 minutes of scrolling to get to the top of the messages. It was thousands of messages that this guy had sent me. And the ones that when I finally got to it was him like, oh, why the fuck you're not answering me? Like, I'm coming to fucking Fort Lauderdale. I better fucking see you. So that was like one bad one, but it's not the one that just happened. Okay, the one that just happened, I randomly one morning woke up to these like 7 long ass messages on Twitter from that day. I think it was that day. I'd never, no messages before. And it was all about how this guy who was saying like, OnlyFans is like a cult, and like I only do it because they forced me to, and I'm basically a slave to the company. Like I've signed my soul. He thought that like I like could not escape them. Like I was I was a slave for them. And I was like, this guy is fucking weird. So I just like blocked it.
Yeah.
And then later that afternoon, a friend of mine sent me a message, and it's like, please, I'm coming down to Florida because I'm going to propose to James. I'm going to ask him to marry me. I'm bringing like a ring, and I'm coming there, and I'm going to bring him back to Minneapolis where I live. And like, I'm going to like marry him. Like, please, I need you to do me a favor and make sure he doesn't fuck anybody else. Make sure that like nobody's fucking with him. And if you do this, I'll make you rich as hell. I'll give you at least $500. I'm like, bro, first of all, like, who are you talking to right now? Anyway, and then he's like, please help me out with this. Like, I'm dead set on doing it. And then sends his phone number. And then like, we're going to be rich as hell is what he says after that. And so that's so fucking scary and so weird.
Yeah.
Because nobody's like, now that I own a home, like, anybody can, it's public information.
Yeah.
So I've been on like, that kind of triggers me a little bit since it happened. Like I know that that's possible. But anyway, when he says he's going to come down here, he even mentioned that he's not going to come with a posse, but he's going to come with a lawyer in case OnlyFans tries to step in.
Yeah. Oh, so he really thought.
I know this man is delusional.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have this connection, this resource that can look up phone numbers and find out all the information. Because you can't just look up a phone number.
Yeah.
So this person like is licensed to something, or she can do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything. It's like it's technically she shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But 60 possible criminal infractions for this guy. Spent over 6 years in prison. First degree assault. First degree property damage. When I saw that, like my like blood went cold. Like I was so anxious, and I was like, this guy could come to my house and like first degree assault me.
Yeah.
Like he's done it before. He might do it again. So I was messaging like my team, like everybody. I was like, we need to figure out what to do about this. I almost went to the police department. So they filed a report.
That's very, I mean, that's, like that really, that's just really sad too, though. He's like, you just know that guy has to be like there's something not like clicking. Yeah.
I mean, clearly, like if he's like thinks that like I'm a slave to like only, you know what I mean? Like he thinks they own me. But it was definitely actually, I was like pretty scared and pretty nervous about it. And then I made a point to like unblock him and make a post that like I'd be out of town for like a week, which is actually true. I will be out of town, and he said he'd be here. But I still don't want him coming to my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what if he breaks in? He's like sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like don't freak him out.
It's so
His lawyer.
It's his imaginary friend. But anyway, so when I did that, he then like the next morning I was gonna go to the police department to file a report because so there's a paper trail. But he had sent this message and he was like, James, I had it all wrong. But basically he was like, I realized that you're just a whore who's beyond saving. like there's nothing I could do. Like so that kind of made me feel better.
Yeah, I mean, still just very weird. Like, I'm glad I've never had like a situation like that. But I mean, knock on wood. Knock on wood. But
yeah, it did. I mean, creepy things like that do happen like in person too. Like people will like, you can kind of tell when you're like at a gay bar or even at the gym sometimes, like if somebody recognizes you, because if they don't.